Hey guys, welcome back to video 7.3, which is a sub-series inside of the main series, specifically covering all of the different operators. I debated whether or not to do a very long video and just put it in chapters, but I said, no, let's just create separate videos. So this is number 3 in 7-point series. Okay, so what I want to talk to you today is about string interpolators, also referred to as string interpolation. And all that means is a fancy way of saying I want to make a single string, but I want to dynamically inside of that string be able to use and reference my variables and have the value come out in the string, because I don't want to do this old school concatenation with these ampersands. If you're not familiar, which you should be, because this is the way most of you are probably still doing it today, if I just type in this is a string, you get, this is a string which is normal, but I have some variables down here, and I've got 3 variables. So if I go ahead and I look at that, I got V, my item 1, 2, and 3, and they're all strings. And this is important. I'll show you something a little bizarre that's what I would consider either a feature or a bug, but I'll let you guys determine that one. But you just need to be aware of how it works, and then you can either plan around it, or if you get bugs, at least you know how to troubleshoot through it. Okay, so if we hold because we're in the design view, if we hold the Alt key down and push the button, it should load up our variables and go back to the string, and then we do a space here and the ampersand and then reference V, my item 1. This is how we concatenate strings. And so then if I wanted to pick up again, I would do ampersand and put my quotes and blah, 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 right? And so then that would give me the rest, and I could carry on. And every time I want to reference a variable, I got to do this ampersand, quote, quote, blah, 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 or reference variables. And it's kind of a pain, and it's also hard to read sometimes, especially if you got a bunch of stuff going on. So what string interpolation allows you to do is I can take my V, my item 1, and I can put it inside of my string, but I need to tell Power Apps this is an interpolated string, and you do that with the operator of $. Okay, now because we're still in a string, and even though Power Apps knows this is an interpolated string, it doesn't know that V, my item 1 is a variable. So what I need to do is wrap the variable inside of curly braces. So now I get the same thing. And then I can continue to type my text, and I don't have to do that ampersand. So really all it is put in my variable name, and once I have the operator denoting that this string is a special string, an interpolated string, just wrap my variable with these brackets, which is a lot less typing than having to do all that $ concatenation stuff. Okay, I told you I was going to show you something interesting, and so the other thing that I found interesting is this. Inside of these brackets, you can do functions. So I'll do value, and I'll do V, my item 2, plus, now this is where you got to keep your head straight. See the bracket here and the bracket over here, right? So everything that happens inside of that bracket knows that I'm dealing with these variables, and functions, it knows that functions are functions. And so the takeaway here is that not only can I reference variables, just you can reference and do other Power Apps, Power FX functions, or Power FX functions inside of these brackets. Just think of it as, being outside of the quotes. You're no longer in the string. It's almost like, inside, at the outside, this operator, quote, quote, defines the string. This says it's an interpolated string, and then these magical brackets act like, hey, inside of this is a protected space. Everything in here is open and wide open to Power FX. That means variables and functions and everything else that you're normally used to doing. Okay, so let me show you this weird off thing. Okay, you see how I'm doing value because it was a string and I needed to convert it. Now we didn't cover the function value yet, so you may not know that, and I don't expect you to know it, but nonetheless, I want to show you a weird nuance. So I'm going to take V, my item 1, and just do V, my item 3. You see what happened there? Again, I don't know if it's a feature. I don't know if it's a bug, but it does work this way, at least as of the date of this recording, which is 2/17/2024. And the takeaway is that PowerFX, in the context of interpolated strings, will, on the fly, convert your strings into integers. That could be an opportunity for a problem. If so, be aware of it, and you may have to wrap it around a text function, or you may have to wrap it, I don't think you'll have to wrap it around a value function because it already implies it. So I don't know what the rules are. I looked over the documentation. I didn't find anything explicit at the time, but in any event, just be aware of it. And that's it. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.